Hi, today I'm gonna talk about a radio actually that I bought from a flea market. It is a very cool radio with a classic look. It has some synthetic leather around it, so it's a sort of a classic radio this time. But I want to show this to you because I think this is a little cool. And at the top I have painted it a little bit. That's because the leather at the top was very weird off. So I painted it. Yeah, I'm gonna show you that in a moment. And I'm gonna talk about this radio here. Let's see if I can fit it in the camera here. Oh, this is a radio called, the brand is called Sang, actually. And if I do this at the top here, you can see I painted it a little bit. I make it look like a sort of a crocodile skin at the top, because the leather was very weird off at the top here. And you can see you have the tuning scale here. So if I do this, I can tune it very easily. It's a very sensitive radio because the tuner is just following the wheel. It doesn't go any slower, sadly enough. You have AM, FM on this one. If I can take it closer to the camera, you might see that. Let's see if the camera pick it up. It says Sang here. And it's AM, FM radio. And when I bought this, it has some issue, this radio here. And the issue was that the scale here was not in, it was not tuned properly. Which means when I get to the 100 frequency, or if I want to find a frequency that was at 100.0 FM, it ended up on 104, a little bit over that. That means that this was out of sync. You can see it has headphone output at the top. It has simulated stereo sound. It's a mono device. But actually this is a pretty good radio. The speaker at the front is at 3 watt. And it's actually very good sound in this one. Because the chassis, or should I say the box here, it's actually wood inside. And if I turn it around here, I'm gonna show you. This has a leather to carry it, a handle, leather handle. At the front here you have the antenna, of course, and you have the tuner and a volume. So now you know. This is the battery case. So it takes 4 of the middle batteries, the D4, not the D battery, the C battery or something like that, not the biggest one. And you have a switcher here to turn it on. It's a weird that you have to turn off and on the back here. That's a little bit weird. And you have the input for 250 volt electricity socket. You can hook it up to that by a regular wire you have to a cassette recorder and so on. The problem for me, I have to adjust the tuner. And that was not easy on this radio here. I can guarantee you that, because I have to take out this battery case totally. At the same time, I need the battery case to have power on the radio when I adjust the tuner. Which means I have to find a solution to that, and that was not easy without cutting the wires. And I managed to do it without cutting the wires, so I don't have to get it back in position again. But at the same time, to get the part where I can tune this to get the tuner correctly was at the top here. Which means it's a very hard position to get a screwdriver in there. So I have to take away this as well. And why am I had to use this on battery, because it was so tight in here that I was afraid I'm gonna short circuit the power in here when I use the screwdriver. Which means that, well, I have to take this out as well. So that was not easy. I have to fiddle around with a screwdriver in here. And I have to take this battery case out as well, without disconnecting it at once, because I need this need the battery inside here, and the camera have trouble of adjusting itself. I can tell you, I was furious. The one that made this was not in his right mind when this was made, and I find this a little bit. I managed to do the job, by the way, but it was not easy. I can turn it around again, just to show you here. And this is one of the worst radio I have fixed in a long time. Now the tuner is correctly, which means that if I put it at 100 megahertz, it will be on 100 megahertz. That was the important part of this. And yeah, so this is the model called Sang. Let's see if I can find the model number on this one. Let's see, Nostalgica AM FM radio, power source and all of that. Made in China, and imported by Claes Olsen. Yeah, that's okay. It's made in China, but it took me a little while to fix, because I had to calibrate the tuner on this one. But when that was done, this is actually a very good radio. It received the signal very well. You have the antenna at the top here. You can hide the telescope antenna down here as well, so that's okay. And the sound on this is really good. As I said, it has a 3-watt speaker. So there you have the tuner from 88 to 108 FM and 530 to 1600 on the AM. AM cannot be used up here, it's only FM, by the way. And because it's only noise on the AM band, it's not in use up here anymore. They shut down the last signal on the AM back in the 80s up here, back in the 80s. So that's the way it is. And you have a very nice bar in front of the speaker. It's in plastic, but I think this radio is actually very cool if I can hold it like this. And this is actually leather, synthetic leather they have put in front of the wood, so that's okay. And because the leather was very weird off at the top, I have to paint it a little bit, so it looks like a sort of crocodile skin. I used a pen that are meant for leather, and I just used the pen and tap to get this pattern in here, so it doesn't look all green. I think it's that's the way I have to do it when it's weird off, but anyway, there you have it. This is the radio called Sang. And in Norwegian, sang is actually translated to a melody, actually. That's a sang. But here, I don't think they had that in mind when this was produced in China. Then they used the brand Sang anyway. So there you have it. This is the radio Sang. And it has, did it have a model number, this one? Yes, it has. Hold on. 38-4264 is the model number on this one, and as you can see, made in China, and it has also an electrical shock warning here as well. Shock hazard, do not open. Okay, so there you have it. Thank you for watching this short review, and have a pleasant evening everyone. Bye bye, take care.